What is one of the things that surprised you about being an adult that you never knew growing up as a child?
What's something that surprised you about being an adult that you never knew growing up as a child? Tell us, Donna. What surprised you?
Having a child and responsibilities.
You were surprised when you had the child?
Yeah, man.
After carrying her for 9 months, you still didn't expect her to pop
Because I
out?
almost died. Because I almost died in childbirth. So
What?
it was an experience that I don't think I want to go through again. But being an adult, having a daughter, having somebody to grow up, to, let her know what love is and stuff like that. Yeah, it's amazing.
So don't you think, isn't it like a lot of responsibility? Some people say it's just too much responsibility to know there's a little human being dependent 100% on me. Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed in that way?
Sometimes, but then I give thanks and praise that she's here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh. What's one of the most special moments you shared with her?
Painting.
That's right. I mean, we've shared that moment with her too. So I know for a lot of persons, paying the bills was one of the biggest shock. The biggest shock. They're like, I wasn't ready for this, Grand Lake.
Still not ready. No,
Even the cost of groceries, you're like, when you're growing up, you just open the fridge, you eat, and pick up off the shelf, and you say, pay for this, please, mommy. No. You're looking at it and you're trying to round it off to the nearest cent. All right, this one is 80 cents. I'll go with the other one. That's, 06. I'm telling you, adulting is definitely different to what a lot of us imagined it being.
No, seriously. The bills.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The recurrent, the mandatory ones.
I didn't realize, yes, you're growing up, you don't have to pay no bills, you're just going to school,
Yeah.
And perhaps you start to work. That's okay, you're lying, you're having fun.
Yeah.
But then when the bills start to come,
responsibilities step in.
responsibility step in and bills start to come, you know what happens then? You have to cut down on all the entertainment, the bills first. Shoot, that's
Annually, you have a son. What was, one of the biggest, maybe one of the most special moments you shared with him?
We had a lot of moments, but one of them is recently, a couple of months ago, when we painted.
Oh my gosh, you're making me blush.
No.
Well, that's so good.
We close,
Yeah.
and I try to keep it that way. But the painting, after all, you start to get big, you think so you kind of pull away. But know that, we kind of think.
You have an activity you can actually do as adults. Oh my goodness.
So that was really cool, doing that.
Pleasure to be at your service, ma'am. Well, that's awesome to hear.
If you can be any animal for one day.
Etienne. Etienne is her first time you asked her what animal she will be.
I know, right? He didn't even get a chance to experience me as a
You know, come on. Give her a break. But anyways, let's hear your, animal choice.
So I said a butterfly.
Oh.
And I think
nice.
it's because we experience the beauty of the butterfly, and we always speak about the darkness and choosing to go through the process. So I just want to experience the process.
Oh.
So from the darkness, and I think coming out of the darkness, we appreciate more of the light. So that's definitely that's real deep. She put some thought into that, and I would say this is the first time somebody has chosen a butterfly. I have to ask, what color butterfly would you be? It would be orange with some black.
Okay, a monarch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, thank you for
How many times should I forgive my partner for his infidelity?
Boy, Etienne Lavelle just got here.
We had a conversation about this. She saw it and I read the question.
She's okay? All right.
I'm fine.
Let's hear it.
Once.
Wait, actually, did you say as many times? Listen, anybody out there listening?
Disregard.
The guys are probably rejoicing. They're like, as many times as I want. lady.
And
Yeah, can I get her number? I need to come painting.
I'm saying once, but I never actually forgave once, but I should have forgiven once. And I'm saying all of this is because as a woman, and even as anybody, as a male as well, once you know your worth, and once you value yourself, understanding that having a partner is not your identity, or having a partner is not your happiness, because whatever someone brings to the table should be a bonus and not a necessity.
It's true.
So after valuing yourself at a certain point and a certain level, like you should not take too much of what you know you do not deserve, because that can actually have you vibrating on a very low vibration and not understanding your worth, accepting things. You need to stand for something or fall for everything. So that's why I'm divorced, but yeah.
Whoa, Lambert, whoa. That was some full stop. You know, like all of this and like full stop. Listen, Lavelle, everybody goes through certain things in different times, and as a woman, you definitely have to know where you stand
Yeah, and
as
I'm
an
much
individual.
happier.
Yeah.
I'm much happier. I'm like, I've never been so happy in my life. So it really means that there was a blockage. So
Wow.
I unplugged the pipe. I'm not a
experienced
plumber, but I did some plumbing.
Spend the rest of your life on one Caribbean island. Which would it be and why?
Yeah, you
rest
can't
of
move.
my life?
Yeah, you can't move at all. You have to stay there.
You have fruits and everything?
Well, I don't know. It's
A
a Caribbean.
deserted island? No, we have to be specific.
You know, like you want to go to Jamaica, you want to stay in Grenada. Remember, you can't even fly out for Helter, so be mindful of when you can't even fly out.
I'm not sure. I haven't been to much islands.
From what you heard,
Or seen?
yes, I don't know how long
Jamaica
your
is pretty nice.
your lifespan
On
there.
social media. Jamaica is pretty. So yeah, so maybe Jamaica or Grenada. I'm not
So
sure.
you just go to Jamaica because of what you've seen, like you know
Yeah.
like the environment you like, or is it the people?
No. The excursions.
So okay, but I mean, you know, it'll come like a month when you run out of excursions to do. At that point, at that point, something has to fill.
We have a question for everybody to hear.
You're on honeymoon
Eh.
and you just found out that your husband
What did you find out? Okay, you know what? Let's take this from the beginning. We were all excited. You were on honeymoon. What happened?
you're on honeymoon and you just found out that your husband, whom you just married, had a secret wife. For over 10 years.
Really?
With 2 children.
What?
What would you do?
Abigail, take Asha's mentality at this time. Take it easy on him now, Abigail. She just made her vows.
She was sick deciding her.
From center hours.
She was sick deciding her. Why am I this?
You're just married, so
Just get married.
But what are you gonna
What are you going to do? Don't take advice from them. What are you going to do?
Nobody.
So what you going to do? You're going to mind the two?
How did you find out? So how did they find out? Was it like around the
If it is, right, that you are the guy in this situation and you just found out that your new wife knows about a second wife, what is the first thing you are going to do? Behave like
New wife
Terrence.
just found out about that.
They
I
all
have
wa-
one.
yes.
Hey, full disclosure. Not this doesn't exist.
Yes,
Full
yes.
disclosure.
We know What are you talking about?
I think you have to flee the country at that point. I don't
No,
know.
you're stuck on the island forever. You can't
Wait, did you just merge the questions, Kristen? Kristen has some plans, okay? She's like, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be
afraid.
stuck there forever.
passport and I'm out.
Okay, so to all the single ladies in the house, my advice to you
Why did you give
is
Kristen that question?
I have it. Wait, it's okay. This is a good one.
Okay, let's hear her advice to the
This
single
one?
ladies in the house.
Okay.
Question of choosing the people.
Okay.
So my advice is focus on yourself, find what you love, take yourself on dates so you can enjoy your own time, and then whenever you find your person, you'll be able to keep yourself and not lose yourself in the process, because I feel like whenever you get into a relationship, it could be easy to do that if you don't love yourself first, kind of. And like you can find and love yourself with someone too, but like if you kind of have an idea of your self-worth and like what you want before you go into a relationship, I think it's like a little bit stronger. So my advice is have fun, love yourself, find yourself, and just enjoy it.
Afternoon. There was this afternoon after work, right? I was on the bus, and this little child, she was about maybe 4. They were sitting down right behind the driver's seat, and I was sitting down behind them. And the little girl or a little boy, she sat down there, he sat down by the window. And the little boy just turned and pop out the booze.
Excuse
No,
me.
he literally pulled it out and started sucking.
Excuse me.
And I thought I was so embarrassed. And to me, it was embarrassing. And she just sat there, and this thing just hanging out on the side.
Stop, Alvin. You're kidding me.
Honestly, it was
On
me
a
and
public bus.
Seriously, it was me and mommy in the bus, and both of us just sort of sit down in the back and just looking at one another and looking at them in front. It's like comfortable.
There wasn't a rag?
No. She sat down eating something, and he just pulled it out and started.
Well, he wanted to eat too.
4-year-old is driving me crazy. Any advice for me? Does that mean I have to give advice, or y'all give advice to me?
Yeah, you give it.
I think y'all all have to give advice to me for my imaginary
No, you're giving us advice.
Have you tried giving him mac and cheese? That still works for me, and I'm 28.
When you're throwing a tantrum, you eat mac and cheese and you're fine?
Listen, if it's a 4-year-old boy, if you give him mac and cheese, it's game over.
My last baby, so yes,
basically.
I usually hug him and just let him know that he's in a safe space and kind of speak to him and let him know that he's loved and all these things, and then he calms himself down. And after that, I give him time out. So he has to go in a corner where there's nothing there to play with for like 5 minutes, nothing too long. And he knows after that, then he can go back
to being him. And it reflects.
For the parents who have multiple children, how long does the oldest child get to be called just a baby? Because it extends well into adulthood for the youngest child.
True.
So I want to know, how old does the oldest have to be?
When you make another one, they just keep getting younger ones.
So therein lies the problem.
Oh, so we have to be mindful of how long the youngest one remains just a baby.
To add with hers, I would say, of course, number one, you give them eye contact. You speak to them with love and explain to them why they're having time off.
True, very important.
It's important to let them know. And so you're doing it out of love, but not out of, bitterness or anger. Yeah.
And it reflects on the child's behavior, even outside of you being there.
Yeah.
The way they interact with other persons, you can tell they're growing up in a loving household.
And when they get older, they will understand, because I know kids, when they get older, they were like, okay, so why mommy didn't or daddy didn't, correct me when I was younger. No, I reached to that age and I become like that.
True.
So,
So it's very important, guys. Don't shy away. What the Bible says, spare the rod, spare the child, or something like that. Spare the rod and spoil the child. So we don't want...
My son is about to get married. I don't like his wife. What should I do?
You have to behave yourself. That's what you need to do. Keep yourself quiet.
I guess I have a choice. I mean...
Abigail, what you going to do? You don't like the lady. He likes the lady. What are you going to do about it?
There should be a reason why I don't like her, first and foremost. But
And if the reason is valid, she get married to Michelle.
no, I like his smile.
Shots fired.
Yeah, so
No, I know. I'm like, dang.
No. Usually moms don't like that.
I really would need advice. I mean, there's nothing I can do. He
Yeah.
can like who I can give him advice
Yes.
as to what to do. But at the end of the day, the decision
Is his. Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
The decision is his, Abigail.
I would try and really try. The word is, the key hard word is try.
The key.
To accept her,
Okay.
but that does not mean that I would be her friend.
Oh, this thing going really deep, man.
Yes. Yeah.
We all don't have to go be besties on vacation together.
No, but I mean,
I lack motivation to cook for my family. What advice do you have for me?
Okay. They lack motivation to cook for their family.
Why I lack motivation?
I don't know. Maybe they can't cook.
Well, maybe you can just, look for new recipes if you're tired cooking the same old.
True.
So you can look for new recipes on YouTube or Tasty or TikTok or
So they're tired cooking in general. What about ordering out sometimes?
Can you?
You, sir. Set a meal.
All right.
As soon as I saw this question on you.
It was a setup?
Somebody sold me. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance?
Whoa. Tell us.
That is something I'm currently working on. It's actually one of the main reasons why I'm here tonight.
Oh, is it? Oh, you didn't hear the question. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance? And that's very important, especially for the guys.
You need to take a break. Sometimes for me, get too proud. I worked straight for the past 2 years, no breaks.
Wow.
So
no vacation.
It did. No vacation.
No vacation. My goodness.
It does take a mental toll, and you don't realize until you actually take a break.
Yeah.
I've been on a break for the past 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and you forget what you missed when you actually, this is what life.
Take a moment to just do you. Wow. Well, I'm very happy that you.
Congratulations.
Asha.
You're
at the right place at the right time. You know what the pastor say? Right place, right time. All right? Just take.
What is your favorite Caribbean slang or phrase, and can you give us an example of how it is used? What is your favorite Caribbean slang or phrase, and can you give us an example of how it is used? No.
What's your favorite slang? I know a lot of slang.
I know a lot as well. Unfortunately, I know a lot of them in Patois.
Okay, well, we can teach us tonight. Teach us tonight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let me go with something English. So we say
where from?
In Dominica.
Dominica, okay.
All right. So we say if you didn't put caco outside, you shouldn't be looking for it.
Ooh, if you didn't put caco outside, you shouldn't be looking for any?
Yeah. Yeah. So part of the process of making cocoa sticks, cocoa balls, whatever, you have to put it outside to dry, right?
Mm.
So it is your business to find out if it raining, because if it rain, then you kind of have to start the entire process all over again.
Okay. Oh.
So when you're minding other people's business, we will say, if you didn't put caco outside, why are you looking for rain?
Okay. That's interesting.